It's Tuesday and Wednesday picks edition of the Euro 2024 Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. It's brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. You can win up to 325 times your entry with a new pick 8. Sign up with our code PLGP to claim your special pick and first time deposit offer up to $250 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code PLGP. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Get the best data-driven props and picks from Rhythm. Claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. Welcome, everybody, to the Euro 2024 Gambling Podcasts on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. My name is Malcolm Bamford, coming to you from Newcastle upon Tyne in the northeast of England. Today is, no idea, Monday, June the 24th. We are here to handicap the culmination of 4 more groups, Euro 2024, which will take place on Tuesday and Wednesday night. Joining me from Nottinghamshire is Mr. Barry Penaluna. Baz, how you doing? You're on mute, you bozo. That's 2 weeks running that, Baz.
Well, I realised very quickly.
What's the matter with you?
You should be able to hear me. I'm not on mute anymore.
Can anyone else hear Barry? Because I can't hear a single word Barry's saying. Can't hear you, Baz.
Don't know what I can do.
No, Barry's gone. Yeah, so I don't know what to do there, Baz. You're going to have to knock yourself off and come back on again or something. Yeah, weekend worth of fixtures to have a look over. I've been largely rat-arsed since we recorded the show last week, because I've been away for the weekend. Went down to Worcester for the old college alumni, is maybe the word. Football reunion anyway, which we won 6-2. I made some decent saves this time. I did make one bollock early on, and you might have seen on Twitter I posted the penalty miss at the end of the game. They allowed me to take a penalty, which I struck it too well. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. You know, when you strike things too well, that was my problem. And it was still rising as it whistled past the post and the crossbar. But yeah, I've been drunk a lot. There's 2 times in my life when I panic. One is in the barber's chair, and the other is when I'm buying alcohol. I always they'll ask me what I want, and I panic and buy something I don't really want. So on Friday night, we were going to a barbecue, so I bought a case of Strongbow, which is fair enough, but I bought a litre of sherry, which I don't really think that was wise. Well, in fact, it definitely wasn't wise on Saturday morning. So I funneled that. And then the following, we just drank everything the following day. Shots of Jaeger, on top of 1,000 pints of lager. Bottles of Reef. Do you remember a good bottle of Reef? That old flat orange alcohol pop. At one point at about 2 a.m, I reckon I went to the bar every 45 seconds for a bottle of Reef. Because by the time you get back to the dance floor, you've just necked it. It's just lukewarm orange juice. So yeah, I'm lucky to be alive. Baz, other people are saying maybe they can hear you. So you try saying things now.
It sounds to me like a you problem here. Can you hear us now? You've muted your speakers, haven't you? That's what's happened.
I can hear you now, Baz.
Yeah, because you press that button, which will bring you.
I've unmuted the speakers.
What a shambles! Yeah. What a shambolic start to the episode.
Well, I've told my little story though about being away, so that's all right.
Yeah, I'm sick of the heat, Malcolm. I'm absolutely roasting, and I'm absolutely.
Well, we've had 3 hot days in the entire year, and you're moaning about it.
Yeah, it's driving me mad. I can't breathe. I sat down with a bottle of water before we started this show, and I've drank it all already. Go through litres of the stuff. I had a nice weekend in London, Malcolm.
Oh, you did, I
went down Saturday morning. Had a bit of a fiasco because I had a connection from Bingham to Grantham, Grantham to London. Drives the car to Bingham, gets to the station. Announcement comes on, train's delayed by 20 minutes. we've only got a 15-minute turnaround in Grantham. So if I wait 20 minutes, I'm going to miss my connection. So I had to frantically go back to the car, drive across to Grantham just to catch our train just in time. But obviously I was getting tanked up, which meant I couldn't drive back from Grantham. So the next day, I've had to walk to Bingham train station to get a train back to Grantham again, just to go pick up my car. What a shambles. There's nothing worse than arriving back into Grantham station and then booking a £35 taxi whilst looking at your car parked across the road and realising you can't get in it. But it was, sensible approach. And we had a good weekend. Went down, went to Camden Market, done a few food bits. Least saying as anyone ever had a nice weekend in London. There are ways of having an all right weekend in London. I do get the point though. But yeah, we went to Camden Market, done some nice food. We went to see a show in the afternoon, a courtroom drama, Agatha Christie drama. What do you think about that?
Oh, excellent.
Brilliant. It was set in the county hall, so the old council chamber, and it was all done out like a courtroom. It felt as if you were in a courtroom. It was very genuine rather than being at a theatre. So yeah, it was good. And then we were at a wine tasting on Saturday evening. 107 different 30 odd different winemakers, 107 different wines to try. You can get through quite a lot of wine in 2.5 hours, even sample sizes. So that was good. Drank tons of wine. Yeah, busy weekend.
Very good. We had you talking about Agatha Christie. We had a bit of a Shagatha Christie ongoing story at the weekend. You told me, I told you I was in the flat with all those birds. It was me and John and the 6 birds. So there was a bit of a Shagatha Christie thing came out of that. But I did get to the bottom of it. But what made me laugh? One of the birds, she'd left home to come to the weekend away and asked her husband to put a suitcase in the car, which he did. She's got to the weekend, she's got to the accommodation, opens her suitcase, it's completely empty. He's put the wrong one in. She had absolutely nothing. She didn't have another pair of drawers, absolutely nothing at all. So she had to go shopping urgently on Saturday morning to completely. So she's done all right. She got a new wardrobe out of the weekend so had a nice weekend away and got a full new wardrobe as well. But having to borrow bras and stuff like that, Baz. It was like Sex in the City in that flat with me and Johnny Big Shades. It was good. When I got in on Friday night, I couldn't find any wine glasses, and I just had that litre of sherry and a case of Strongbow. I had a cereal bowl full of wine before bed. That was a low point, when you've had a good weekend.
When you remember that the next morning. Yeah, that is a low point.
Someone sent me a photo of me sitting in the corner of the living room with a cereal bowl full of wine. Football-wise, like I say, I haven't seen too much. I've obviously seen the scores. I've seen the highlights. There was games I'm in the pub, but I was cake-eye most of the time. Picks, I think, have been all right. Quality over quantity. It's kind of been 1 from 2, 1 from 3, but some nice prices. Took the draw in Germany, Switzerland, hit 11-4. My little corner lad I hit, Baz. I think that's my first corner ladder I have learned from you, the Belgium-Romanian corner ladder. We got up to 14 on that. I think I gave the over 12 at 5-2. So there was another step in that one. We had Austria to win, which was okay. Scotland getting knocked out last night. What a disappointment. They were absolute shit, weren't they? I mean, to be fair, listen, they got that goal kick. Remember, 6 minutes into the first game. No, you can't take that away from them. I'd like to congratulate their 2 top goal scorers of the tournament, Rudiger and Fabian Schär, who would share the golden boot with 1 own goal each for Scotland. And they did sing it very loud as well, very loud singing. So well done, Scotland, which also that hit one of my bets, Scotland not to qualify at even money was a great bet, Baz. And has lined up my Scotland-Georgia double, not to qualify. Just need Georgia to balls it up whenever they're playing next. Picks-wise, Baz, anything?
Yeah, a bit of a mixed bag. I said to you, I find it difficult, but still chipping away with winners, but just can't seem to hit the doubles, the trebles, or a little streak. Just can't get on that little streak where you hit 3 or 4 in a row. So every day it's sort of 2 and 1 or 1 and 2 and sort of hit and miss. But I had Scotland last night to get beat. I I mean, that price drifted. I got Hungary last night, 17-10. And I know it was late, so you could say a bit fortunate. But Hungary always looked the most likely team to go and nick a winner. 17-10 compared to Scotland 6-4. I just, as I said to you, Scotland just don't win games. You're going back Scotland to win a game at 6-4.
Yeah. One of the big problems was they didn't try to win, did they?
It was absolutely shocking. But I've seen a lot of people saying, like, they didn't try. But they're just not good enough, are they, as well? Like,
No.
Part of it is that they're not a very good side. They're a side full of championship players playing in the top international tournament. Not qualifying from the group is their level. It's what they do every time. So it wasn't anything out of the ordinary. What did cross my mind last night watching Scotland is the bagpipes. What do you feel about bagpipes?
Well, it's
a
a
worse
horrendous
sound?
noise, isn't it?
It's horrible, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
there's not a worse sound in the world than someone playing the bagpipes. I think I could play the bagpipes and it would sound exactly the same as anybody who plays the bagpipes playing the bagpipes. It's awful. I don't get it. I've never understood it. And someone must have managed to get the bagpipes into the stadium. I don't know why they've allowed that. Imagine you bought a ticket for the match and you sat next to the bloke with his bagpipes. There's not a chance. Like, you'd want your money back, wouldn't you? Not having that. Yeah, you can stick your bagpipes up your arse.
That would take some inventing the bagpipes. I don't know what the process would be. How you would invent the bag. You could understand other musical instruments, like a drum or a trumpet or something. I'm going to blow into this and a noise comes out. The bagpipes, the entire system is very complicated. Like, that didn't happen by accident. Who's in the chat? We haven't said hello to everyone. It's the same old suspect in it. Andy was first in. I just seen Andy at football. Didn't talk to him, but I did wave at him. Callum's here, Lee. And who else we got here? Oh, Peter's in as well. Peter gave us a little winner at the weekend in a Sharon. The Royal Ascot last week, which he gave out. Well done, Pete. Pete's picks over on Twitter. Go and find Pete. So yeah, we got some live football as well tonight. Bit of a watch along. It's just about to go to half time in Croatia, Italy, where I picked Croatia on the money line. I didn't think there was much in it at the prices. And there's not much in it. Both keepers made a couple of good saves. And then I've got Spain on the handicap to beat Albania. Spain are 1-0 up currently. So still alive in both of these. Maybe we might get a goal in the second half. You took the unders, Baz, in this Croatia-Italy game, which was a nice touch. And then also the Spain handicap. So we're both going.
Yeah, that's right. The unders for me at 10-11 and the handicap at 6-5. So around about 3-1 double I'm on at the moment. So chance needing a second Spain goal. And as I say, the unders looking good. I've got a little bet builder going as well, but I need Oyarzabal. Would you say? You can pronounce that one. I need him to have a couple of shots. He's not had any yet, but Joselu's done the business for me in terms of shots and Ferran Torres. But yeah, I need Oyarzabal to get involved.
Did you not put Jose Perez in?
He's not playing.
Is he not starting?
No, I think he picked up an injury or an illness or something, so he didn't make it. I should give a shout out to Lee, who did share one of his bet builders at the weekend. And because I was in London and busy at the time, couldn't be bothered to think of my own stuff. I just followed him and he cashed. I think it was a 6-1 little bet builder. Nice little stats pick on one of the games. So that was a good way to kick my Saturday off.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, well, so as of Tuesday and Wednesday, we've got groups C, D, E, and F concluding. So we're going to get stuck into them now. First up, the Sports Gambling Podcast have started their top 10 fantasy football preview series. We've got the quarterbacks and the tight ends episodes already live. It's never too early for the National Football League. Right, after this that I'm reading out, Barry, it says it's never too early for the National Football League, in brackets, in Berman voice. What do you think that means? Because I don't know what a Berman voice is. Big E-R-M-A-N. He must be the one who says National Football League kind of thing. I don't know. Anyway, so if you can imagine everyone that I've just said that in a Berman voice, that would be tremendous. That'll stop me from getting the sack. Underdog Fantasy. Pick 8 is now live. Create your entries with up to 8 picks. Underdog automatically double flex your entries so you can miss up to 2 picks and still win. Best part is you can win up to 325 times your original amount. You can use specials and boosts on all flexed entries. Don't miss your chance to try it out before it's gone. Use our code PLGP to claim your special pick and first-time deposit offer up to $250 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code PLGP. First game tomorrow. I haven't enjoyed this one game a day thing, by the way. Gone cold turkey. But we're back to 2 from tomorrow. We've got 5 o'clocks and we've got 8 o'clocks. The 5 o'clocks is Group D is concluding. Starting with France against Poland. France 7-25, minus 357. The draw 19-4, plus 375. Poland are out there at 9-1. France had that bit of a rubbish 0-0 draw against the Dutch the other night. They could have lost because the English officials fucked it up again. But also, I think they could have won. They were better than... I think they missed quite a lot of chances in the first half and were on top. They were missing Mbappe in that game. Do you think they'll be back? I think you probably will be. Poland were one of the weakest teams coming into this. I think we handicapped them as one of the lowest ranked teams. We weren't really impressed with their qualifying win. The qualification, the playoffs over Wales. And they've proved it. They haven't been very good. They got in front against the Netherlands, kind of against the run of play, were eventually ground down. And they were second best for all of that game against Austria. They lost 3-1. They equalised again, but weren't really in it. So France need to win, and they'll want to win the group. Poland did score in both games, but France have kept 2 clean sheets, and they're going to be the best team that Poland have faced here. So I prefer that angle in. I think France to win to 0 is the bet for me. I don't think Poland will get on the score sheet here. They're not good enough. France to win to 0 is even money bars, nice price, plus 100.
Yeah, I mean, disappointing really from France so far this tournament. Just the one goal, and their golden boot scorer is also an own goal, I think, isn't it?
That is true. That Austrian gadget,
Austrian bloke. So they haven't scored one themselves yet. We were duped a little bit in the last round of games, weren't we? We thought Mbappe was good to go because all the pictures from training were suggesting he was going to be good to go, and he obviously wasn't because they didn't even bring him off the bench when they could have done with him. France's record when Mbappe doesn't play is absolutely shocking. 7 games without Mbappe, without a win now. 2 defeats and 5 draws. When he doesn't play, they don't win. So hopefully he will play here. Because I think there's an opportunity there, as you say. Poland haven't been very good. They're out now as well. They were the first team to be eliminated. No prospect of qualifications. I predicted in the group stage, I thought Poland might end up blanking. And I think there's a very, very strong chance of that now. There's a little motivation here for Poland. France needing to gain a bit of momentum. I'm happy enough to take France on a handicap here. France to win this one by 2 or more at 10-11.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Big Kev in the chat saying Chris Berman is the ESPN NFL person. So I'll search that on Thursday night. I will do a Berman voice, so be prepared for that. Cheers, Kev. Austin's joined us. Austin said hello. Serial, how you doing? Yeah, did USA win last night? I think they were 1-0 up when I had a look. Captain USA Serial. Wayne Rooney's on the telly, looking like he's made entirely out of corned beef, as he always is. Big fan of that. He's so badly dressed as well. He looks absolutely ridiculous, just like a big man toddler. It's ridiculous. The other game in this group. You what, mate?
Yeah, hardly the one to be commentating on other people's fashion sense like Malcolm.
Shut up, Baz. I'm a very sartorial man, and you know it. Netherlands take on Austria. Big G from next door is just returning me shares. I've just told her to put them on the step there, Baz, because I'm a bit busy. Unless she's waiting for me on the doorstep, but what are you going to do? Netherlands 15-13 plus 115. 21-10. Yeah, she was waiting on the doorstep. 21-10 plus 210 for the draw. Austria are 11-4 plus 275. Yeah, Baz, go for it.
Yeah, so this one, a draw looks to be enough for both sides. So the question is there the incentive for either side to really go for it here? Netherlands currently top the group. They're not guaranteed to stay there even with a win. Depends on France's score and how many France can get in their game. We have seen games like this in tournaments before where it can just fizzle out in the second half. If we are sitting at a draw later on, will either team really be motivated to go for it and risk getting caught out? So the draw appeals due to that. But the pick for me is going to be the under 2.5 goals. I didn't really like much of the Netherlands against France. As you say, they possibly should have won it. Played out the only 0-0 draw of the tournament. Austria against France also in a low scoring 1-0. So there's form for the two of them of potentially having some low scoring games. And I just think if we get into the second half 0-0, it could very much fizzle out. So I'll take the unders here. Netherlands v Austria, under 2.5 at 10-11.
I actually thought, Baz, you were going to go with my pick there when you were laying out the options, because I like the draw. I do think this is going to fizzle out a little bit. Very similar. I was really pleased with that Germany-Switzerland. That's been one of my better picks last night to take the draw. It didn't actually go and fizzle out, but it's just got that. It's got the same look about it. We could get to an hour and they'll all think, nah, bollocks to this. We'll just leave it. Like Austria competed really well against France. Good win against Poland. Netherlands are through, but they can win the group. Austria will be fine, but a point will do each. And I think they know France are going to win as well. So once news of that second or third France goal comes through, they'll just knock this on the head, the two of them. It'll turn into a draw, 21-10 plus 210. And actually, I don't think there's much between the teams anyway, regardless if they're both trying to win. A lot of the times, this will end up in a draw because they both performed at very similar levels. Callum's asking about the slug situation. The Slug Pro RS has been a roaring success. That could be the advertising slogan for it. Yeah, the slugs have ran scared. They've gone. They are currently eating someone else's dahlias and not mine, the bastards. Next up, Group what? I'm looking at my wall chart here, like a bed. Group C. This is the England group. Tomorrow night, actually. 8 o'clock on Tuesday, 3 o'clock Eastern time. We'll start with Denmark v Serbia. 5-4 Denmark plus 120. The draw 5-2. And Serbia are 11-5 plus 220. Denmark have had 2 draws. They've been really boring in both games. It's actually, it's hard to know whether to credit them much for that draw against England. Because I keep coming back to the pitch being horrible, but also England were dog shit. And I don't know how much to factor Denmark into that, like whether to give them any credit, some credit, or what. Serbia haven't been particularly impressive. Very late goal against Slovenia has kept them alive. In terms of what teams need here, a draw may be enough for Denmark. Serbia need a win. And I find these teams hard to split anyway. I've just said Netherlands and Austria are at a similar level. There's nothing between these two teams to make Denmark 5-4 and Serbia twice the price. I don't think Serbia are twice as bad as Denmark. So I'm just going to take them just because of that price. It's a coin toss for me. Serbia need to win. 11-5 plus 220. I'll take Serbia outright, Baz.
Not for me. Denmark, as you say, a draw could be enough, not guaranteed to be enough. They do need a win to guarantee progress. And for me, it was, I said at the beginning of the tournament, I didn't think there was much between any of these sides, Slovenia, Serbia, Denmark. But what I've gone back to was looking at the two of them against England, because England were dog shit in both games. But I just think Denmark had a bit more about them against England than Serbia did. Denmark looked like they could cause problems where Serbia never really did for me. I haven't been impressed with Serbia at all. And I just think Denmark are the better pick. So I've gone the completely opposite way. Another thing I did consider in this group is the unders. All 4 games in this group have gone under 2.5 goals so far. 10-11 for the under 2.5 isn't a bad shout. But pick for me, I like Denmark at 5-4. I just think they're a slightly better side than Serbia. So that's not much help to anybody unless you take the draw. But yeah, I'll take Denmark to win at 5-4.
It probably is loads of help to everybody. It's definitely finishing in a draw. England taking on Slovenia. England are 100-30 on. minus 333. The draw 15-4 plus 375. Slovenia 10-1. Baz, come on then, make your case.
Well, team news has been leaked, Malcolm, and he's gone bold, hasn't he? He's revolutionised this whole setup, and he's going to drop Trent Alexander-Arnold and bring in Conor fucking Gallagher. What is the point, honestly, at this stage? So everything else remains the same. Keep the same formation. Keep Trippier at left back. Keep Foden playing out the left where he's hopeless. Just shite. Absolute shite. So, but what do you do? There's only so many times you can keep blindly backing England, as we have done in the first couple of games, and thinking that things will get better, only to be let down once again. Slovenia obviously came into the group as underdogs. And as I say, I said at the start, I thought they'd be competitive. I didn't think there was much between the other three sides. And it has proved correct so far. Draws between Slovenia, Denmark, and Slovenia, Serbia. Really tough on Slovenia, that 96-minute Serbia equaliser, because if that hadn't came, Slovenia would have pretty much been through. Now they're up against it. I think Slovenia can potentially cause England some issues, but can they get on the score sheet? Despite England being poor going forward, mainly, they have been pretty solid defensively, only beaten by that long-range effort from Denmark. And I'm sort of backing the England defence here. I think England will get the job done. I'm not sure how convincing they will do it. I'm not taking another chance on an England handicap at this stage, but I think they might nick it. Another close one, like a 1-0 or a 2-0, similar to that Serbia game. England win 2-0 will be my pick at 10-11.
Yeah, I've got a similar handicap, but the pick I've taken has just given me a couple of options, Baz. Because I was fooled last week. I took England. I thought they'd win quite comfortably. Took them on a handicap against Denmark. And I still don't really know what to make of it. Two decent performances from Slovenia, though. And they'll just be hoping for a point here. You're right, that equaliser's absolutely kicked them in the stones. But I'm going to take the over 2.5, Baz, because I say Slovenia could cause some problems and maybe England nick it 2-1. But if that England turns up that we know they can and they play well, and suddenly it falls into place. England have done this quite a few times in groups, going back a long time, is to win the first one, draw the second one, or be struggling a little bit, and then get it done in the third one. So I'm going to maybe, like I say, it gives me two possible options, which is England go and beat them 3-0 or more, or indeed Slovenia get on the score sheet in England. But it's not a confident pick. I didn't like this at all, really, because I just don't know what England are going to do. But yeah, I'll take the over 2.5 goals. Serial seems really delighted with England being shite at the moment, which is fair enough, Serial. That would work a bit better, Serial, if me and Baz cared as much, but we're not that bothered one way or the other. So
Serial has also pointed out, as I did, that England's defence has been good. Their XG against is the lowest of all the teams, according to Serial. So that feeds into my England to win 2-0. Of course, England have still got to find a goal, which probably is more of a problem than them trying to keep a clean sheet.
Yeah, fair enough. Right, we move on to the Wednesday's games. Once I've told you first about the Circa Survivor and the Circa Millions. Circa Sports is back with Circa Survivor and Circa Millions, giving away $16 million in guaranteed prizes. There's no rake in these contests either. Circa Millions, you pick 5 NFL teams against the spread each week to compete for $6 million, or survive the NFL Gauntlet to claim the $10 million prize. You can sign up in person at Circa Sports between now and September the 7th. Use a proxy to play from anywhere. We've got a deal with footballcontestproxy.com to save you $50 with the promo code SGP. And if you don't have a trip booked for Las Vegas yet before football, it's an ultimate contest weekend. It's a great time to go out, hang with Ryan and Sean, and enjoy some of the open bar events at the greatest sports week in the world, August 22nd through to the 24th. And Rhythm. If you're betting on player props, you need to download Rhythm. It is the go-to sports betting tool that transforms complex data into actionable insights. Rhythm combines advanced predictive analytics with an intuitive user experience, making betting both easy and enjoyable. Rhythm projections have been red hot for the WNBA and the golf lately as well, actually. Claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. Thursday, Wednesday is what I mean. 5 o'clock kickoff. What group's this? Is it... What group's this? E. Yes. Slovakia taking on Romania at 5 o'clock in the first one. Slovakia are 11-5 plus 220. The draw's 11-10 plus 110. Romania 13-5 plus 260. I didn't get very far with this, Baz, because there's some shenanigans afoot. Shenanigans that to be had here. You notice the draw is very short, 11-10 plus 110. Shenanigans. Both teams go through with the draw. Both teams will be delighted to go through with the draw. Both teams will draw, and this is going to finish as a draw. I'll take the draw, Baz. 11-10 plus 110. You're on mute again, dickhead. Not me this time.
Unbelievable. I'm going to edit that out for the podcast. Don't you worry about that. Note to self, edit at 32 minutes.
Good live updates.
Right. Where are we? What game are we looking at? I'm lost now. Completely lost. Czech v Turkey. No. Ukraine v Belgium. Slovakia. Romania. Here we go.
Romania.
All of that bit's going to get edited out to this point now. Yeah, I'll take the draw as well, Mal. The group is very, very interesting with all teams on 3 points. And the odds for this obviously suggest, as you say, shenanigans. Both teams content with a draw. Absolutely good for Romania. They would qualify with a draw. Slovakia would still have a little bit of things needing to happen, but would very likely to qualify with a draw. And ordinarily, you look at a price of 11-10 for the draw and it wouldn't appeal. But you look at the under 2.5, for example, as well, 4-11 for under 2.5 goals. If the scoring's going to be that low, then the draw has to come into play. It's exactly like the one we mentioned earlier. If it's at 70 minutes and this is sitting at 0-0, there's no desire from either of these teams to go pushing on. So, like you, I think you just got to take the draw at 11-10 and move on.
The other game in this group is Ukraine against Belgium. Ukraine 15-4 plus 375. The draw is Burlington Bertie 130 plus 333. Belgium 11-17 minus 153. Belgium made me laugh the other day, Baz, having bemoaned their inability to score for 84 minutes in that game when I had the both teams to score. I'll have a goal disallowed every 7 minutes. They then scored after 45 seconds in the next game. I was like, oh, have we? Absolutely taking the piss, Baz. Ukraine, Belgium, what you got?
Yeah, and Romelu Lukaku was my pick again. Had another one disallowed. He's now going for he's got his own golden boot of disallowed goals from VAR. 3 of them now, which is a little bit unfortunate. This one, I think, can be a bit more open. Again, both teams on 3 points. A draw for Belgium would secure qualification, but a win for them would likely see them top the group and face a third place qualifier and definitely get an easier tie. So I think Belgium will still want to go out and win this. I don't see them going and settling for a draw. And likewise, Ukraine. Ukraine must win. They're sitting bottom of the table despite being on the same points as everybody else. Not big on either of these sides. I don't see either of them going far, even if they get through here. But I think this game has got more potential to have a few more goals. Ukraine games have both gone over 2.5. The Belgian games haven't. They've both been lower scoring. But I think the need for a win for Ukraine should open things up. And I think the over 2.5 is a good pick here. And it's at 8-11, so it's a little bit short. So I'm going to tag on both teams to score. I think Ukraine can get on the score sheet. Belgium might go and nick it 2-1 or something like that. But the pick for me is over 2.5 goals and both teams to score at 11-10. I don't mind the over 2.5 on its own as well, though, at 8-11.
Croatia in Italy's quite lively, end-to-end. Croatia turning the screw a little bit. Hope they can get a goal. Well, during the Prem season, Baz, when we got onto a little corner thing, we stuck with it, didn't we? It was Newcastle originally, and then pivoted. Was it Bournemouth or Brighton in the second half of the season? Wasn't it?
Fulham. Bournemouth and Fulham were good.
Bournemouth and Fulham, yeah. And in that last game that I thought was really tricky to handicap, Belgium-Romania, I had a look at the corners and found a little angle in, and it came off nicely. The line there was over a 9. I gave it out at over 11 and then over something else. And yeah, it went up a little ladder. And this is the same again here, Baz. So it landed on 14 in that last Belgium game. So that's 12, 12, 14 in the games involving this lot. So the line here set at 10, Barry. It's obviously a symptom of the way they play, either the way they defend or the way they attack. You know, Doku gets down the wing and he runs at people and then shanks across off someone's shins and gets a corner. So the over 10 corners, Baz, is 11-8. It's another nice price, plus 137. And then, like I say, with the 14 hitting last time, you can go all the way up that ladder to over 13 corners. It's 11-2 plus 550. So yeah, let's we stick with it. Like I said, just because when we did find an angle in during the Prem season, we stuck with it, and more often than not, it paid off. So let's hope this is more than just a little bit of a coincidence, and that Belgium can go over on the corners again. We will conclude with Group F, which is Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. We start with the Czech Republic against Turkey. Czech Republic 6-4 plus 150. The draw 12-5. Oh, chance. 12-5 plus 240. And Turkey are 7-4 plus 175. It's all Croatia. Handball! Ref's not buying it. Czech Republic need to win. Turkey don't really. Turkey 1-20 minus 2,000 to go through. So they pretty much should be safe. But I don't think they'll be easing off. Turkey did find it difficult against Portugal. I think they shot themselves in the foot on the odd occasion. But that step up in level was a lot for them. But they're back down now to teams that are opposition that are around their level. Czech Republic were poor against Portugal, got in front, couldn't hang on. They couldn't beat Georgia in the last game where they were behind. But the angling for me, Baz, I love this. Love this. If on the double chance, right, Turkey or the draw is at 1-2, right? Oh, it's going to be a penalty, is it? He's going to the screen, Baz. So yeah, on the double chance, Turkey or draw is 1-2 minus 200. But either of those outcomes, Turkey or the draw, sees the Czech Republic out. Now, the Czech Republic not to qualify is 4-5 minus 120. So the way I'm seeing it is that I'm getting 4-5 about a 1-2 shot. There must be something wrong in there, but anyway, that's what I'm doing. What are you shaking your head at?
I'm just thinking exactly what you just said. You must have something wrong there.
Wrong.
There is definitely going to be another scenario. I just haven't worked out what it is.
I'm either a genius or an absolute divvy. I'm fairly certain it's the first one, though, Baz. The Czech Republic, I don't know if this counts as a pick on the game. Czech Republic not to qualify, 4-5 minus 120.
Yeah,
Croatia got a penalty.
Czechs can still qualify with a draw potentially, couldn't they? I think, but they would need.
Yeah, but they're not good.
Portugal obviously have already wrapped up this group, so Czechs need a win to be sure of progression. For Turkey, a draw would be sufficient, and as you say, they might have enough already. But I do expect the Czechs to be aggressive here, and I think that could make this one an entertaining game. I was just thinking if it pans out a bit like the first Turkey game where Georgia took the game to them and it became wide open, I think Czech might sort of make the game pan out like that again. One thing I noted about Turkey is their lack of clean sheets. They've got just one clean sheet in their last 8 games now. The same can be said of Czech Republic, just one clean sheet in 8. And Czech Republic have just had 6 in a row, both teams to score. Both form lines point to goals here. And I think the group situation should feed into that. I'll take the over 2.5 goals between Czech Republic and Turkey at 4-5.
Over 2.5. Shaking my fist like an angry neighbour, Barry, at Luka Modric. I'm not shaking my fist anymore. The original footballer who looks like a lesbian #1, Luka Modric, has stuck one in the top bins and it's 1-0. Callum's still laughing now. Callum, sit down. 1-0 Croatia. Good times. So that was exciting, wasn't it? No one listened to a word you said there, Barry, for that Czech-Turkey game, because we were all watching the penalty save. the subsequent silliness, and then Croatia taking the lead. So yeah, thanks for that. Final game here is Georgia taking on Portugal. Georgia are 13-2 plus 650. The draw is 4-1. Portugal 2-5 minus 250. Georgia, quite a few of my bets hanging on Georgia, kind of going out that double. And then we had Georgia as the lowest scoring team. I need to work out who hasn't scored any goals at the moment. Because I think most teams have got a couple. There's got to be one team lurking around on one somewhere that's going to knacker it all up. But yeah, Georgia, Portugal, but
Yeah, so this one was harder to work out with Portugal having wrapped up first place already, not just qualification, but they've already won the group. I'd be really surprised if they didn't make a few changes here. And Georgia, in the unlikely position that we didn't see at the start, where they come into the final game with a chance to qualify, they would need an unlikely win. I'm not sure they'll get it, but they'll be happy to come here with a chance. Now, not knowing how committed Portugal are to keeping their 100% record in the group, I was struggling a little bit with a pick, and then I found something I really like, and it's the corners, Malcolm. I haven't had a corners pick. I haven't had a ladder yet, so let's finish the group stage. Final game of the group stage with a little corner ladder, and it's Portugal corners. Portugal have hit 7 or more in 4 of their last 5 games, including 2 games going into double figures. They've got a 10 and a 13 in there. They hit 13 corners against Czech Republic in the group stage, earlier in this group stage, sorry. Georgia themselves gave up 11 corners in their game against the Czech Republic. And I can get Portugal over 6.5. So Portugal to pick up 7 corners at 11-8 will be my main pick here. But definitely going up the ladder. Portugal corners over 7.5 at 9-4. Over 8.5, 15-4. Over 9.5, 13-2. And we'll go up to over 10.5 at 11-1.
Okay, like that, Baz. First corner ladder of the tournament for Barry. Ooh, it's all Italy. Ooh, it's too exciting, this. Yeah, so Georgia do need to win. But they have got a really good account of themselves. Been a good story to follow this tournament. I enjoyed them. They've scored in both games, and they will just go for it here. They've got no reason not to. Portugal through in first place, most likely. I do think Portugal will have too much for them. But I like the over 2.5 goals. Again, I do like this over 2.5 when you've got a couple of options in, Baz, which is either Georgia getting a goal and Portugal beating them 2-1, or just in case Portugal get away and beat them 3-0. I'd rather take that than the both teams to score. So I'm going to go that way in again. But I think Portugal will beat them. So Portugal to win with over 2.5 goals in the game is even money. So say we can take that 2-1, or we can get the 3-0 as well. So Portugal to win over 2.5 goals is evens. That concludes the group stages. Barry, did you pick any other mad shit?
No mad shit. Because I'm not very good at that stuff. It hasn't gone very well, the Yakas, for me, I don't think. So no, I haven't.
Okay, fair enough. When does the knockout starting? I can't read me wall chart from here. It's too far away. So because we need to work out when we're going to do the next round, Thursday night or something. When do the games finish on Wednesday? So Saturday probably. We got ages, haven't we?
I'm trying to find it, bring it up now, because I haven't looked that far ahead. I assume it probably is Friday or Saturday, is it? 29th of June. Whenever the 29th of June is, that's Saturday. So yeah, we'll go out Thursday, give people a bit more notice this time, because we are putting them out with quite short notice to the game. So we'll go Thursday night probably this week.
Think I can probably do Thursday. I've got another day on Vera tomorrow, Baz. Hey, I'm back in the game. I am initially, Baz, they told me I was going to be a passerby, right? So I practiced passing by stuff for a couple of days. Passing by the window, passing by a chair, was passing by other people. I passed by quite a lot of stuff, just in case they said, can you pass by, I don't know, a tangerine or something. I passed by a lot of stuff. And now I'm not a passerby, I'm a villager. So I've got no idea how to be a villager. I was fully prepared to be a passerby. So I'm just going to have to wing it tomorrow, Baz. Going up to Anik tomorrow.
Are you sure it said villager and not village idiot? Because if so, I don't think you need any practice. You'd be absolutely
We want a
perfect.
village idiot. You know, it's a bit typecast, yeah. 117 quid, Baz, to go and be a villager for the day in Alnwick tomorrow. It's all money in the bank, that, isn't it? Money in the bank. Right, cheers, everyone. That was fun. Thanks, everyone in the chat. If you just listen to the podcast and you never get a chance, come and try and join us on one of the lives. It's good fun, and it'll break up the monotonous crack from all these idiots who are hanging around in the chat, just basically slagging me off most of the time. Good luck with all your picks. Let's hopefully Croatia can hold on, and can Spain get another one? Is that still 1-0?
Yeah,
still 1-0.
So
the last half an hour of this Italy game is going to be brilliant. So let's go and watch that. Below Average Cook really enjoys the last 30 seconds of this show. He's really good at chipping in for the last 30 seconds. This and the baseball. He loves the last 30 seconds of that as well. Evening, Chef. How you doing? You're going to have to go back to the top. We didn't have much food chat tonight, mate, but plenty football talk. Thanks, everyone. Back on Thursday. Good luck with your picks, and we will see you down the road. Cheers.